Welcome to your all-active Reserve and Veterans TV series. This information education show has 3 goals. Tell who military veterans are, share about all organizations, auxiliaries, their programs and officers at all levels, and tell about memorials in all the cities we serve in this network. The VA system, state and county officers, hospitals and state homes are also featured. Please do check out our websites. Share your program ideas and concerns via the contact information on the show. We open each month's show with a patriotic theme.
From the rising of the sun till the battle's fought and won, we will fight for the right and defend our country.
The United States Coast Guard.
We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in Thee. Through howling gale and shot and shell to win our victory. Semper Paratus is our guide, our pledge, our motto too. We're always ready, do or die. Aye, Coast Guard, we fight for you, for you.
The United States Marine Corps.
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine.
The United States Navy.
Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day. Through our last night on shore, drink to the foam. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage.
The United States Army.
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might. And the army goes rolling along, along, proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won. And the army goes rolling along, and it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cadence loud and strong. Wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
The United States Air Force.
Oh, off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Atta boys, give 'em the gun, give 'em the gun. Tumbling eyes, spouting our flame from under. Up with one hell of a roar. We lived in fame, or go down in flames, but nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force.
Welcome once again to Vets Visits on TV. We're so happy that you joined us for this program number 170 for the month of May. And this is my co-host.
I'm Neil Doyle with Olmsted County Veteran Services, returning again for another show.
Right, glad to have you back, Neil.
Good to be here.
And I'm Jerry Barnhart, the founder, producer of the program. And our first item is to remind you that, of course, the 4 branches of the service songs were sung by the Northern Lights out of North Dakota. We're so happy that they sent us that fine film a few years back. And before we move further, we want to mention that we do offer our sincere thanks, and should every month, to the Best Buy Corporation office out of Minneapolis and the store here in Rochester, who do donate the DVDs that are used for this program each month, and the sleeves for them as well. Now to some dates in history. For this month of May, the 5th in 1965, the 173rd was the first Army combat unit in Vietnam. On the 7th in 1945, Germany surrendered, and then only Japan remained fighting in the Pacific. In the 15th, we have Peace Officer Memorial Day, and the third Saturday, the 21st this year, is Armed Forces Day, and that's of course why we had the 4 service songs. The 22nd is National Maritime Day, and the last Monday is Memorial Day here in the United States. And we'll have a closing piece on Memorial Day at Arlington National Cemetery as well. Okay, Neil, what's our first feature for today?
Well, we always encourage all veterans to phone their county seat and inquire where their nearest CVSO office is to have their DD-214s recorded. In Fort McCoy, Wisconsin, when they're demobilizing after returning from deployments, they're encouraged to do this there as well. Once you're home, it's always a good idea to stop and talk to any admissions representative of the college you're interested in. And after talking to admissions, it's always a good idea to talk to financial aid offices and your VA certifying official. But we would also like to point out that it's important to talk to veteran representative, college representatives as well. And Jerry is going to talk with 2 college vet rep advisors at the college campus here in Rochester, Minnesota.
I'm Glenn Stapaneri. I'm advisor at Rochester Community Technical College, and I do the certifying for the veterans for their educational benefits, and also I am the chairman of the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon Committee.
On campus?
On campus at RCTC.
Okay, so there is a tie-in on campus with the Southeast region Beyond the Yellow Ribbon.
Absolutely. We actually, they helped us get our committee going and design programs here on campus to serve our veterans when they return.
Okay, and what event is going to happen here this morning?
Today, it's our first event on campus with the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon. We have a speaker. We are having a man who was an interpreter for the U.S. Air Force in Iraq, and he survived 73 ID blasts. And we're hoping that through this that we can bring awareness to other veterans that they're not alone. There are other people that experience these ID blasts, and that there are resources available for them after they come home.
Okay, well, let's meet your compatriot, and then we can hear more from you on the phone. Okay, and this is?
Good morning. My name is Josh Howe, and I'm with the Minnesota Department of Veterans Affairs Higher Education Veterans Programs. I am stationed here at Rochester Community and Technical College. However, I cover all of southeast Minnesota, as far east as Winona and as far west as Albert Lea. We go into the college campuses. We set up Veterans Resource Centers. We also help returning veterans apply for their GI Bill and for any other services that we can provide education-wise. We also make a lot of referrals out to the county veteran service officers and also to the Workforce Center to help them find jobs and different things like that if we see fit.
And how long have you had the Resource Center here yourself? I mean, you've been assigned.
I've been assigned here for about 3 years. The Veterans Resource Center was actually established prior to me coming here. We have moved to a new location, a bigger location, due to outgrowing the center, and the college has been absolutely fabulous as far as support for veterans here. We asked for a bigger space, and they came through big time.
That is a beautiful room up there. I was in there for a few minutes. Computer and lounge chairs and tables for
free coffee
for discussion. Yes, can't forget that aspect.
Yes.
Okay. Anything more you'd like to add about your particular job?
I guess not.
Okay. And what is your military experience?
I was in the Air Force for 8 years. I served from '98 to 2006. I served in New Jersey for 3 years, and I lived in Germany for 5 years. We were part of a mobile unit Jersey where we were
On call.
What's that?
On call.
Yeah, we were on call for. We had to carry pagers around, and if we were ever paged, our charter was that we would be on the plane, ready to go anywhere in the world within 12 hours. So we were definitely prepared for anything like that.
So now, what is your military background as well?
Well, my military background is I was 8 years active duty Navy. Then I went into the Navy Reserve. And then after the Navy Reserve, I was there, trying to think about 15, 16 years. And then I joined the National Guard up at Camp Ripley. And then I had a friend in the Army Reserve and said, come play with us. So I joined the Army Reserve, and I spent my last 9 years with the Army Reserve over at Fort McCoy, mobilized 3 times to train troops over there.
Okay, so you both have some experience with this, but now this gentleman who's going to speak to us this morning, we hope to talk with him for a moment and shortly. What can we say about his background, his experiences that will be of value to the veterans and their families that may show up this morning?
Well, I think what the most thing we can say about this man is that he's a true American hero and not even a U.S. citizen. He worked in Iraq as an interpreter. He survived 73 IED blasts. As you know, he gave up everything to serve us in that country to help our soldiers stay safe.
And his background as a world citizen, he comes from North Africa, did I understand, originally, and then...
That's correct. And then but he spoke Arabic, and he went in and he could interpret for the U.S. Air Force.
Okay. Thank you so much, both of you, for giving us an oversight of what is available on this campus. And we hope that most college campuses have gentlemen like you that will be helping the veterans jump the hoops.
The Army has announced clarification on its guidelines for receiving the Purple Heart Medal, with an emphasis on battlefield concussions being eligible for the medal. Official Army guidelines have long considered combat-sustained concussions a valid injury worthy of the Purple Heart, but in practice it has been left to doctors or battlefield commanders to decide whether a blow to the head during combat has warranted the medal. With recent studies on brain trauma, however, the rules have been revised to state what constitutes a concussion, with symptoms including momentary loss of consciousness or memory, dizziness, headache, nausea, or light sensitivity. Medical treatment, however, is also required for the medal. If you are a soldier who suffered a concussion and you feel you may not have been appropriately recognized for the Purple Heart Medal, the Army urges you to reapply through your chain of command. Veterans can also phone 888-276-9472 to inquire about the medal.
Neil, the blast that you refer to,
Yep.
IED, what does that stand for?
IED is an improvised explosive device.
And that's what a lot of our troops over in the Middle East have been facing.
Correct, as well as Afghanistan.
And the young man we're going to be talking with had, as I understand, a large number of those, about 70 some, I believe it was. That would be really traumatic.
Very.
Too many military are returning home with brain injuries from IED blasts, and that's why what Neil was talking about is very appropriate. Before he spoke to some young veterans, a young college campus person, Dihar Tassan, shared with us about his experience as an Air Force interpreter in Iraq. I personally commend this person for his guts in facing and sustaining great personal injury. I hope you will also. his position and a positive spirit, he will now share with us and later with other student veterans.
Yeah, my name is JP. I am Iraqi. I was interpreter in U.S. Air Force from January 2004 up to January 2010.
Okay, a long time.
Yeah, a long time.
What did you do specifically?
Yeah, just translated from Arabic to English. So when I go to the patrolling or going to mission, when we found in the street some Iraqis, they need to talk, and we stop and we talk to them. Then I will translate what they saying, transferring exactly what they saying to the commander of the mission.
Now, you had a lot of experiences with injuries because of explosions.
Yep.
That was because you were traveling with these convoys or what have you, and you had to be right up front, didn't you?
Yep. What happened? It's not, it's not one time or two times. A lot of times, the bad guys every time before we go from, from our camp, they watching us. They know when we going. They know where we are going.
Yes.
So in the street, in the middle of the street, they digging and putting ID. So we know before we go to street, we see there is a patrolling going in the street, walking by, legs, and they checking if there's the way is safe or not.
Oh, yes.
Then, if we found there's the ID, I am working with a EOD who explosive that ID. So
What's an ID?
the ID it is a bomb explosive collected by chemical, and he will be blew up.
How many times did you get injured?
About 73 times.
Wow.
Yeah, 73 times.
And then you just took you off the line. You went to a hospital and.
Only one time I go to hospital. Yeah, I have injured in here. My ear on the left, I can't hear, is blew up. Only I have one ear. I have in my left leg also it's wounded, but I am good and alive. I can walk.
We're thankful.
I can learn. I can do my future in the United States.
And you are renewing your life now.
Yep, exactly.
And how long have you been in the United States?
1 year now exactly. I came in here February 2010, and when I came in the airport in Chicago, United States, and the Congress, and what's called Senate, John Kennedy, he gave me the green card.
Yay. But here this morning, you're going to be speaking, we hope, to a number of military who have experienced traumatic situations, like you have. And what is the best word that you have for our viewers who have experienced traumatic situations and have come back and mixed up?
Yeah, it is easy to. What I will tell them is, number one, take easy. Take easy.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Be mellow. Huh?
Yeah, be mellow. And the life is easy. And the life is for us. So what happened before, that is a life. So forget what happened before and start a new life.
Yes. And if you've got family, be loving.
Yeah. And if you have a family, be loving. And check your kiddies. And check your
wife.
families.
Yeah.
Yep. And must be listen your news, and
Beautiful, beautiful. You've got a message, JB. We are thankful that you've taken the time this morning to talk with us.
Thank you very much.
Many veterans organizations send their honor guards to city and county cemeteries, not just when a veteran is buried, but each Memorial Day. Some 8 years ago, my wife and I traveled with other Korean veterans in 2 buses to Arlington, Virginia. Once again, I would like to share some footage from a handheld camcorder of selected events on Memorial Day in Arlington. First, we're going to see the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and then we'll hear taps. And then, as time allows, we'll go inside the Coliseum. So now on to Arlington for Memorial Day remembrances. This section is all Well, before we close the show, Neil, a final reminder for Memorial Day, okay?
Absolutely, Jerry.
Now, during this month, my friends, please do look in store entries, mall halls, for boys and girls, for men and women, probably military, who invite you to wear that little special flower, the poppy. It was symbolic of the fields that bloomed in Flanders fields in northern France after World War I. Your donation to the VFW and American Legion is used to comfort the veterans in your community and elsewhere. Your disabled American veterans will also have a white poppy or flower available later on in the year. But these have special significance, and your financial support will certainly be welcomed. We want to remind folks too that later on in the year we'll have a tape again of the World War II memorial, which of course was not in place when I was visiting there, but that was just a PS we need to add. So what's the good news? Are we going to go forward with spring?
Spring's good to be here. A lot of outside work to do. I'm sure everybody has that.
Yeah, I
going on.
started raking. Yep. Also did some garage work. Yeah, that is a cleaning aspect. Well, spring has sprung, the grass is riz. I wonder where my blanket is. Okay, let's go forward. Thank you for joining us, friends, and do tell your friends about Vets Visits on TV. And remember, you can see us 24/7 with a variety of past programs at our website, www.vetsvisitsontv.org. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this month's show. Seen in over 350 communities for over 3,500 half-hour periods. Our websites have additional information about the show and are updated bi-monthly. To contact us, you are welcome to use one of these electronic methods. For all ground mail with questions, suggestions for future programs, you may use this address. Our IRS nonprofit status is 501c3, Information Education. The Minnesota Commissioner of VA and these state-level organizations believe in and endorse Vets Visits. Join us next time, won't you, for Vets Visits on TV.
Up for his mission.